You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
Welcome back. Kristen Dalton from Wilmington, Miss USA, made news all over the world when she won in Vegas, and she's joining us for this edition of Byline, her second appearance. We're so pleased you came back. I met your mom and dad.
Yes.
Great folks.
They are. I'm so lucky.
I'll just mention that your mom is in the studio.
She's right there.
Give Jenny a shout out. And they were in Vegas, as we mentioned. What do you remember the first thing each of them said to you? When did you get to them physically?
Oh my gosh. Well, it kind of took a while.
Yeah.
Definitely took a while. Because right after one, all the girls and all my friends kind of surrounded me, and we were just all like screaming, like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it happened!" Because I became really good friends with Miss Virginia and Miss New York, and they knew that I really, really wanted it. And I don't know. So for them, they were just like so excited.
Right.
It took them a while to get up on stage. And do you remember what you said? Yeah, I think that it was really a bunch of screaming and hugging and just like.
Yeah, because after pursuing this how long have you've been dreaming about it since you're like what, 3 or 4?
I'm really serious. I really have been.
And
so that's kind of
visualizing that you were going to be Miss USA. Of course, your mom was Miss USA North Carolina as well.
Yes, she was.
Yeah. So your entire life changed. What have you been doing in New York? What's a day like for you? A typical day, or is there a typical day?
I don't really know that there's a typical day.
Not yet.
Yes, but okay. So in New York so far, I volunteer with Project Sunshine, and like you know, I'm the unofficial spokesperson for breast and ovarian cancer research, and I work with their official cause alliances, which are Gilda's Club and Susan G. Komen for the Cure, American Cancer Society, the Ovarian Cancer Coalition, and things like that. So I'll do fundraising benefits for them, and I raise money for them by auctioning off dinners, which I attend with someone else.
Have you done this yet?
I've auctioned off 2.
You have?
I haven't actually done them.
Done the
but
dinner.
One was for a music education gala, and the other one was for Project Sunshine.
Those were both in New York, in Manhattan?
Yes, and one went for $3,500, and the other one went for $3,200. So that's awesome. And so one of my dinners is with 2 15-year-old boys, which I'm so excited about because my brother's 16, and he's been bringing his friends over to the house, forever. So I can't wait to kind of mess with them.
So, you like living in Manhattan?
I love it.
Yeah?
It's so great. My apartment is Midtown Manhattan. It's so convenient. It's close to everything. My tanning bed is right across the street. The gym is like 3 steps away. The Miss Universe organization's office is right across the street. So everything is great. I'm kind of spoiled, but I have started figuring out the subway system. And the one bad thing about that is you don't get cell phone service down there.
Oh, goodness, Kristen.
So I don't get to do my texting.
Right.
And I just feel like it's kind of dangerous not to have phone service in the subway, I don't know. But and I hailed my first taxi last week.
Your first what?
Taxi.
Oh, you took your first taxi?
Yes. I hailed it by myself.
Oh, you hailed it by yourself?
Yes. I
imagine you don't have trouble with them. They probably fight to get in front of you.
Oh, well, you never know. Like one time it took like 20 minutes. But I was with a guy, so maybe that was why.
Are you very busy?
I'm pretty busy, yes, but in a really, really good way. And it's great because the president of the organization, Paula Shugart, she's so knowledgeable and so educated and she's an advocate for being aware of social issues and current events. So she makes sure that Stevie and I, Miss Teen USA and I, stay up to date on our current events. And she's making me read a history book right now called Don't Know Much About History. So it's kind of, making me more aware of the politics that are going on now and how it relates to what went on in history. So it's good. I mean, they are definitely about women empowerment and making sure that you're knowledgeable. Right. And that's so important when you are representing the USA. When you're representing our nation, you have to know what's going on. So it's good.
What's been the most fun Is there something you can point to that's the most fun in all
Yes,
of this?
absolutely. The NASCAR event this past weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina, I think that has been the most fun so far.
Didn't you sing the national anthem?
I sang the national anthem in the Nationwide 300 Series race. That was a blast. And you know, it was Memorial Day weekend, which made it even more special. There's men and women service members there. And it was just so good to be able to mingle with them and kind of show my appreciation for what they do for our country and meet all the drivers and just look out in the audience and see so many Americans united together in a competitive spirit and just watching one of the most popular sports in America. So.
Right, that's the most fun. What's the most difficult?
It's difficult? Oh, gosh.
I mean, looking at you, nothing looks difficult, but there's got to be something that is...
Okay, well, I hate cooking. Really just don't like it, and I don't really have an interest to learn. So I kind of eat Twizzlers for dinner sometimes, or candy, or
You do not.
cereal.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah?
So that's probably the most difficult part, is I'm really going to have to start learning how to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And clean up.
Yes, but thankfully, Miss Teen USA, she's an outstanding cook.
Oh, is she?
So
Good friend to have.
sometimes she'll make some tilapia, baked chicken. She'll spoil me sometimes.
So how much does the Miss USA system school you on your public persona?
Well, like I said before, they really do encourage women to be real. They don't want to program you. They don't want to tell you what to say. They do want you to express your opinions, so you're not pageant Patty. They want you to be relevant in modern day. So they just make sure that I express my opinions in a tactful and diplomatic way.
All right, we're going to take another break, come back for our last segment. When we come back, we're going to talk about Miss Universe. It's coming up with Kristen Dalton. Stay with us.